Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from our comfy couch here in the outskirts of the internet. It's the Gaming Saloon Reviews for October 14th, 2023, which hosts Beastmaker2448 and Ramp It Up Salon.
Hi. I remember what episode I quit the show on.
I'm being reminded of future plot points, and I'm not happy.
What's immensely funny is I knew it was like 6 or 7. No, it was 6 was the last one I watched. It was straight up 6 because I do not remember anything from 7, and I'm like, okay, yep, I clearly did not watch this one then.
It's 5 through 8, folks. It's more Saber. Hooray! I can tell.
The only thing that still has me continuing with this is because of the little bit of story that is dug under all of the crap that is the top of this show.
What specific story is it does have your interest? I'm curious.
Right now, just kind of the motivations behind everyone.
Oh, okay. Telma not remembering this one girl got sucked in a book, and nobody feels like they want to tell him about that because
everyone's got their own problems.
Apparently. Well, Kento seems like he's the one with his own problems. Retro, we find out this week, has his own problems, but like everyone else doesn't. But yeah, anything else before we recap the episodes?
Nah.
All right, then we're gonna run through these as quick as possible because yeah, there's not a whole lot here. So, episode 5, My Friend the Thunder Swordsman. Tomo's trying to figure out the plot and stuff now because they had a discussion with the other swordsman. He's trying to figure out what the Megid and the swordsman and the books and this, that, the other. I forget everything he lists off, but I don't particularly care. Because sometimes it feels like the senior swordsmen here should know more than they do. You know?
I mean, yeah. We've got one that does. Except for he can't look anyone in the eye.
Hi, Daisenji. I'll be honest. Him and Buster were like the only people I gave a shit about for the longest time.
Right?
Because I'm like, Buster, he has a personality, he's got a kid, he's a dad. He's trying to be everybody's dad. I'm down with that.
He's got a personality.
Yeah.
Sorry, I felt like that one needed to be in there again.
Daisenji is like, he's weird and quirky, but like, it's clear he's got like history. And I'm curious about it. And as we'll find out in 2 weeks, he's like the most fun in the suit. Because, spoilers, he's the sound swordsman. Yeah, his sword is the sword of sound. Why is sound an element? I don't know. Ask Bionicle. They did it first.
I mean, well, you gotta have. Wait a minute. Well, I started to say you gotta have thunder to go with lightning, but yeah.
It's Ikazuchi is both.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, wait, never mind.
Like, it says it's the lightning blade, but then it pronounces thunder all the time because media makes those two the same thing all the goddamn time. All the time. So I don't blame Saber for this. I blame pop culture in general.
Nah, I still blame Saber for it.
Fair.
That could have been the exception, not the rule.
Mm-hmm. But Toma's stuff is also in the shop because Daishinji's the blacksmith and he took it and it was like, your sword needs work on it and so does your book. I'm taking it. Go busy yourself somewhere else. Also, Kento is distracted because of the hang-ups with his dad, who is Caliper. I'm just going to put that on the table now. His dad is Caliper.
Which, if you didn't know, you will know by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
So that's not really putting anything out on the table.
They push it a whole lot that his dad is Caliper. I'm just going to put that on the table and you will make of that what you will when we get down the road. But Rio tries to tear up Kento several times in this episode because it's like, yeah, I knew your father. Your father had his hangups and then he, pulled a traitor. Kind of wish he came to me first before he did that. But, his whole deal isn't just your problem. It's all of our problem and we need to handle it together. Right? Start a counter every time someone tells him that and he doesn't listen.
I'm glad you said start a counter and not they play a drinking game because don't want to be responsible for people being dead.
Yeah.
Because if this episode is a pattern for the remainder of the show, then no.
Meanwhile, Rentaro and May are off to do side story shenanigans with like the Blu-ray specials because, the two scenes we cut to, that's a part of a Blu-ray special that's off to the side. I think it was either a Blu-ray special or the Thalassa special because for some reason they decided to, I swear, cut chunks of episodes out and put them on Thalassa as specials surrounding each of the specific swordsmen and the sort of logos. That's not Toma. And Rentaro is one of them. It's incredibly stupid and dumb. We check in with Kento later. He's still down. Toma tries to cheer him up with Huckleberry Finn of all things, which that's a pull. Okay. Let's see. Meggy shows up. They fight him. Caliper shows up, and he tries to fight Saber. And their books resonate because reasons we'll get to later, I guess. I don't know why it's specifically them, but it is. But Toma ends up taking out the Meggy while Kento fails to fight off Caliber, and Buster has to show up and drive him off. Rio trying to cheer up Kento. Kento continues to not tell Toma about, his past that he's forgotten because trauma and all that. They end up fighting another one of the McGeets from the same episode, except they have better forms now because they both have their 2-book forms. How do you like their 2-book forms?
Meh.
Fair. We'll see a 3-book form in 2 episodes.
I mean, kind of figured.
But yeah, they fight it. They beat it. Also, Rentaro runs into Zurus, and he's got a grudge against Zurus because Zurus killed his master, who is a previous Toku actor, but I forget who offhand. It doesn't matter because they're not on screen that long. So, there you go. Moving on. Episode 6, Like the Wind He Arrives. So Toma wants to learn more about the books because no one thought to teach the new guy about the Wonder Ride books and the swords and, anything important.
Nah, he don't need any of that information.
And that's when we meet Rin.
This little troll can go die.
Who is this small child and who let him have a sword? I swear they casted him too old. He needs to be younger.
No,
I
he
don't
needs
know.
to not exist.
You say that, but I say there is a different swordsman in this show that does not exist, and I have no idea if we'll get to them or not. But they truly should not exist.
I mean, we can have more than one not exist.
There. But yeah,
I mean,
Rin is a little
by
shit.
the time the show ends, there's gonna be plenty of them. We could miss 2 of them.
Yeah. But Rin is here. He's a little shit who only believes in strength and challenging and all that. He's a cocky little shit who should probably know better, considering, you know, he is not the newest one of the bunch, because no one treats him as new, and yet he is. And I'm like, why has no one kicked your ass in the line? Because holy shit. That kind of attitude is going to get you, somebody else, or both killed. I don't care how strong you are.
I mean, it'd probably at least get him killed. It'd just be whether or not someone else helps whoever's doing it.
Yeah. I will also note that for whatever reason, the previous Kenzan is actually a woman, and they didn't modify the suit at all for that appearance. But I think every other master has been the same gender as the person we meet in show, except for Kenzan, which I find weird. But I'm like, can I spend more time with the previous Kenzan? Because I immediately like her more than Ren, because Ren absolutely is the worst, and I want to put him in a toilet.
Yep. Also, this initial interaction with him is the exact reason why I was done with the show. I was already on edge with it, and then they did that, and I said, I'm done.
Fair.
I feel like I finished the episode, but I might not have even finished the episode. I don't remember.
Anyway, Toma continues his research because he's looking for a path to Avalon, which is some fancy special place that the McGeat are also trying to get to. But a McGeat attack happens. Toma and Kento go deal with it. Toma gets a 3-book form, technically, because he has the 3 pigs to help him out now. And along with his dragon and eagle form. I think he runs the monster off instead of blowing it up. I don't know. They keep having duplicates of the monster show up, so I don't know sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think that one was clear, actually.
Yeah, because the exact same monster shows up later in the episode.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Kento is busy fighting Disaster, who is also here, and is certainly a character that I do not give a shit about right now.
I forgot that Disaster was here. I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, wait, who's... Oh.
The one guy with the sword and the scarf that keeps showing up and keeps wanting to kill people and doesn't do it. But yeah, they deal with the McGeat. Kento's busy with Disaster, and then Astoria shows up and is like, hi, I'm gonna seal Rekka and fuck off. Bye. How does he seal Rekka? I have no idea. He just does. So Toma can't transform, and now they really need a path to Avalon, because it's the only way to unseal Rekka is to get to Avalon and claim whatever power is there, because that will unseal Rekka. Meanwhile, Rentaro has fought Zurus all episode and failed, and he decides to not kill Rentaro and leaves, and Rentro's upset about that, and May is upset for him. Then Kento and Ren fight Disaster and the monster. Ren kills Disaster, but it doesn't kill him. He just kind of fucks off. You actually see his head go floating off into the distance. Kento does blow up the monster. But now both sides are trying to get to Avalon. How do you feel halfway through?
Meh.
Accurate. Very accurate. It is. I'm just reminded of just like, oh yeah, they're putting all this emphasis on Avalon and stuff, and the power that comes from Avalon, and then I remember where it all goes, and I'm like, oh, good lord, we spend 4 episodes on this for nothing. I know we do. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yay! Yay!
Any other thoughts before we see what lies within Avalon?
No.
All right, episode 7, The Sword of the King lies in Avalon. So the two sides open up a path to Avalon. They both do it the same way, kind of.
No,
Essentially
one's reverse.
One of them doesn't do the sword strikes that Kento does. Caliber doesn't do the sword swings to make the books appear.
No, but he talks in reverse.
So that means he doesn't have to do the sword swings?
Yeah, because it's harder to talk in reverse.
Also, they just had a book there the entire time to get them to Avalon. Why the fuck haven't they used that till now?
Right?
Like, I know the other part is they need Toma, they need Brave Dragon there to, get the rest of the way to Avalon. But what the fuck? You mean you've had this here the whole time? But yeah, they need apparently 13 books and a bunch of sword swings and stuff, or talking backwards to open up a way to Avalon. So Caliber goes that way, and then Toma and Kento go that way as well. For those wondering if 13 books mean anything, nope. They're just 13 random books that also came out in the toys. It's not even, it literally is 13 books you will never see again. It's so dumb. And I believe I don't think it's any of the books they've collected so far. I don't think. I don't remember. But while Kento and Toma and Caliper are doing their adventure, Rio and the others have to deal with another monster and the general showing up. And unfortunately, May gets captured in the middle of the fight and she almost gets eaten by Zurus. But then Rintaro shows up because he's been busy training in the hyperbola mine, the hyperglycemic crime, the hyperbonic rhyme, the hypertonic lion tamer. For those that don't get the reference, he's been training in the hyperbolic time chamber that they call the Liberator.
Yep.
It's literally the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yep.
In order to master his 3-book form, how do you feel about a full 3-book combo?
Because I mean,
it's a lot of blue.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other two are just like it, because Kent. Not to break it up. Like, I'm kind of okay with them, but I'll be honest, Toma gets a better upgrade, and then it's all back downhill in terms of his upgrades. Because unfortunately, they give his best upgrade after this, and then they take it away from him forever. But yeah, Rintaro gets his 3-book form. He beats up Zurus and sends him packing. They beat up the monsters and save this one city, but apparently 2 more are captured because they're dealing with Gorgons. And there's 3 of them. But anyway, back with Kento and Toma. Kento has to fight Caliper, who they can't tell who is, even though he's untransformed when they meet up with him. Thanks, son, for obscuring his form. Shouldn't they be able to see Caliper?
I mean, I'm trying to figure out why it really matters.
Yeah, because we say who Caliper is. Why are we hiding it?
Because literally one of these two full on know exactly who it is.
Yep.
And the other one doesn't have enough memories of that day 15 years ago to even really piece this together yet.
I'm pretty sure he never met the person who was Caliper that day. He only met the person who was Saber.
Maybe. I feel like it'd be some kind of stupid plot convenient loophole that he'd actually could have known who Caliber was. But yeah.
Granted, I say all this knowing exactly where this plot goes, and don't worry, we may get there.
Doubt it.
It's not that far away. I just don't remember the episode because it's very early on. But yeah, Kento fights Caliber in a losing fight because he loses to Caliber all the time. Again, everyone reminds him that that Caliper is not his alone to deal with. We fight him together. Kento continues to fight Caliper solo and lose every fight against him all the time.
Yep.
Because Kento was a fucking idiot. But Toma makes it to Avalon. He runs into some guy who tells him, you have to feel for the power and not directly seek it. And that lets him get the King of Arthur book. Yes, it's King of Arthur, not King Arthur, because that implies Arthur is a place rather than a person. Sure. That's how English works.
Well, I mean, Arthur is like Asgard. It's not a place, it's a people.
Except have a name for that a lot. Yeah, he gets it. And now we get Brave Dragon Arthur, which is a generic Wonder Rider transformation sound. How do you feel about the Arthur form? And I guess what happens with Arthur later?
With big robot and Saber sword.
The big sword that turns into the big robot in when he grabs Saber and makes him a sword. Yeah.
I mean, that part of it more felt like that was to sell a toy.
Yep. The standard big CGI robot thing we have to sell as a toy.
Yeah.
Even though we have no business doing it.
Suit-wise, you can't really tell the difference between base form and it, so meh.
I just find it dumb that it's like this big important thing that, you know, should mean something. Generic Wonder Rider transformation sound. Not even a special sound on the driver. Nope, generic. I'm like, how? Why? This is literally a book based on, you know, one of the most famous swordsmen in the world that is associated with a group of swordsmen, not unlike the swordsmen we deal with in the show, and it's just a basic bare bones upgrade. It doesn't even matter in the long run. How? How do you fuck that up? I don't understand.
We've watched Ghost. You should understand.
I know.
This is the same problem.
But yeah, Telma now has an Arthur form, and he beats up a big mass of energy to prove he can wield the power, but it scares him. And that leads to the next episode, episode 8. The one that is sealed is Arthur. So Caliber fucks off at this point because, I don't know, he's tired of dealing with shit today, so he leaves. Toma picks up Kento and takes him back to base. Toma's having to figure out how to use this new power and stuff because, again, it kind of scares him a little bit. While another monster attacks, and that monster attacks Bravo and Gridon as they're on vacation. Yes, it is them. Guess what they were filming at the time of this episode? the Bravo Grid on special. It's the only reason they're here.
I figured it had something to do with that.
But yeah, I don't even know if it's supposed to be them or just two people that look like them. Because they're just here for this scene and then the scene later and then they're gone forever. But yeah, they get turned to stone. Oh no. All the swordsmen go and try to beat up the monster. All the other monsters show up. It's a big schmoz and stuff. And Toma still is scared of Arthur and he does badly. And Buster has to step in and sacrifices himself, getting turned to stone to like let the team regroup. Then Toma comes up with a plan. I don't know why there'd be like, I need to rely on my power of an author. You mean the power of coming up with a plan that's just in the form of a story? That's not that impressive, Toma. It really isn't. But yeah, the plan is essentially job until all the monsters show up so we can beat them all at once. Rintaro handles one of the big guys because he's the one with the 3-book form, so he's like the most powerful person here at the moment. Kento and Rin handle Caliper because they work well together somehow. And Rin has a special, he can split himself into 3 and do ninja stuff. Yay! And then Toma uses Arthur, which turns into a big robot and uses him as a sword to blow up the 2 monsters. And hooray, the day is saved. And then we just move on. Oh, also in all of this, when Toma got the small Arthur book, he got a big blank book for some reason. I don't know why he got a big blank book. Remember that he got one big blank book. It's going to hurt later. But yeah, that's episode 8. How do you feel?
I feel like the back half did absolutely nothing.
Pretty much. I'm just internally annoyed because I'm like, I know where all this goes. I can't forget what happened in Saber, so I can't come into this fresh. I feel like I'm more annoyed than when I originally watched the show because I'm like, I know the show's trying to put this big emphasis on certain things and stuff, but I know where it goes and it does not go well. So I'm probably more annoyed than I should be at the show. Which makes me internally want to drop the show into the dumpster. But I don't want to. I don't know. I'm very conflicted. But in 2 weeks, we continue Saber. Actually, let me see if we will hit that thing I'm thinking about. Good Lord, let me go back in episodes. Yeah, it is in 2 weeks. It'll be the second episode of that 4. Amongst other things. So much happens in the show, and yet so little of it I care about.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I swear when I'm watching the episode, I'm like, haven't I watched more than 1 episode yet? No, I'm at 2 episodes of 4? How? So much has happened. And I'm so uninvested in all of it.
So much has happened and so little has happened.
Yeah. But yeah, in 2 weeks we deal with some stuff. I'll be honest, we deal with a lot of the stuff that I think fundamentally broke me on the show. I think the stuff like in 2 weeks fundamentally broke me, and I think the stuff after that for the next like maybe 4 episodes or so cemented my inability to like give a damn about this show no matter what happened.
Wait, you mean this show broke you quicker than Kabuto did?
Not in a I hate this show, more in a I don't care anymore and nothing will change that. More of a indifference within the show, indifference of the show. Which is different than Kabuto, because Kabuto broke me to the point of, oh god, I despise the show and everyone within it. Why will this show, why this, I mean, why? Yeah. Just why? Saber, on the other hand,
I think it still was enough to where we could handle it for a while.
Yeah. Let's just say stuff happens. It's all really stupid and dumb, and I hate every bit of it. But that's in 2 weeks, thankfully. A nice long break away from it. But between now and then, tomorrow, it's Biped. Oh boy, is it Biped.
It'll be fine.
Honestly, we were doing really fine on that second go around.
Yeah.
That felt a lot better than the first time we went around with it. That's tomorrow. Next Thursday, I continue Project Cross Zone. Next Friday, we're still doing an Archipelago Seed.
Yep.
And then next Saturday will be TGS, where we get to talk about the new voice actor for the Martin and the closure of the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal and whatever else might happen in the next week or so. And then in 2 weeks, it's more Saber. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate chipping away that affiliate goal at TGS on Twitter. Gets you updates to go live. Exclamation point Discord and chat. Get you this link. And also exclamation point TGS Network on Mastodon.social. We'll get you updates when we go live. But see you tomorrow, folks.